Chapter 782. That day, the weather had been dismal from the start. Dark clouds loomed since morning, casting an ominous aura, and true to that foreboding feeling, his father suddenly dropped a bolt from the blue. Kyol, you have been confirmed as the representative of the Imperial Knights to head to the south. His Imperial Majesty and His Highness the Crown Prince have consented, so prepare immediately to depart tomorrow. What? Father, what do you mean? To the south? Have you not heard the disturbing news coming from the south? It is related to that. Kyol, of course, had heard about the events in the south. Monsters appearing suddenly in the heart of cities, someone from the Herney ducal family dying, the fates of the cavalry, and Duke Paleta turning out to be not just the owner of the divine sword, but a sword master, and so on. He hadn't paid much heed to the cavalry's exploits, given the monstrous either ill in their ranks, nor was he much stirred by Duke Paleta's rumor, not having witnessed it firsthand. The rest, who lived or died, seemed irrelevant to him. He knew that his father, Duke Diarca, planned to send someone in light of these events, but he never imagined he would be the one chosen. Kyol, with rigid eyes, scanned his surroundings. It was a rare family meal, with all eyes inevitably turning to him. Eldest brother, Chiron, the implicit heir, sat solemnly without showing emotion, but the younger siblings reacted differently. They all barely concealed their subtle shock and envy at Kyol, especially the third sibling, who received the least attention from their father, seemed almost capable of igniting someone with his glare. Kyol, proud to a fault, was unfazed by such stares, but he was indeed reluctant about the situation. That was the issue. Whenever Duke Diarca sent Kyol out of the capital, it was usually to punish him for some mischief. The last time he left the capital, it was a forced training trip to the east, an experience he preferred not to recall. The very thought of that incident was enough to jolt him awake from sleep. I hate leaving the capital. The roads are muddy, sleep is uncomfortable, everything is just inconvenient. And besides, he's there too. That demon of the cavalry, Yudhir-El. Remembering him, Kyol involuntarily shivered. The deeply ingrained fear was always effective, no matter when or where. After much contemplation, Kyol attempted to decline as politely as he could. Father, I truly appreciate your words, but wouldn't one of my elder brothers or sisters be more suitable for this task? So, you express your reluctance to leave home in such a manner? I don't expect you to do it perfectly, of course, but in the current situation, there is no one more suitable than you, the only member of our family in the Imperial Knights. Duke Diarca saw through Kyol's shallow pretense at once. As Kyol fell silent, a sense of vindication flickered in the eyes of his envious siblings. However, they failed to notice the significant change in the way Duke Diarca looked at Kyol. But I'm currently the escort of His Highness the Crown Prince. How uncomfortable would he be without me? His Highness the Crown Prince has already agreed to let you go. Really, father? Even the surrounding attendants, who the Crown Prince distrusted and often treated harshly, had quickly agreed to send him away. Kyol found this hard to believe. You have realized that your selection signifies His Highness the Crown Prince's deep concern for the Imperial citizens. It's a relief that those arrogant healers, at the very least, seem to have restored His Highness's mind to its former clarity. ... The Emperor's approval has already been given, so stop your nonsense and quietly prepare to leave. Damn it! Kyol, unable to defy his father, reluctantly agreed. Duke Diarca observed this with a thinly veiled satisfaction, his eyes narrowing into a pleased smile. Stop there, Kyol. As he was slipping away after dinner, Kyol was caught by his third brother. Don't get too arrogant because father has taken a slight liking to you after the last incident. This is merely a test. Do you think you can hide your foolish nature just because you act a bit more mature? Had it been the old times, Kyol would have retorted, but since becoming unable to speak harshly to others, his patience had forcibly grown. As Kyol, frowning, attempted to ignore him and move on, his brother's face reddened with anger. No matter how much you are favored, you can't take the eldest brother's place. remember the lowly origins of your mother. Dot dot dot. At these words, Keol stopped dead in his tracks. He turned to look at his brother, clearly angry, but again, he didn't retaliate. His level of patience was entirely different from what it had been just a year ago. Unknowingly sensing Keol's growth, the third brother flinched, but Keol, desperately clinging to his vow, spoke up. So, what about it? What does that have to do with this mission? When did I ever say I wanted to take the eldest place? What? If you have evidence, say it. If not, just go and sleep. Aren't you ashamed as a member of the Diarca family acting like this? Unlike you, who can't even get a word in with father, I have too much to do and I'm tired. I'll be going now. It pained him to beat around the bush like this, but to others, his retreating figure seemed like a young man who had matured enough to swallow his anger. The third brother, not wanting to admit he had been outmaneuvered, belatedly clenched his fist and shouted, You! How dare you! Keol, stop right there! You insolent brat! I will reveal your true nature. Ha, this guy. He doesn't understand what is stopping Keol. Well, I like it. Keol technically is having very slow character development, for sure, but to others, he's like a new person. They're thinking, oh my gosh, this guy is so mature now. I'm pretty sure previously he would have just punched this dude, but now he handled it very smoothly. I'm proud of you, Keol. Very proud. Regardless of his brother's ranting, Keol gloomily returned to his room to prepare for his journey south. His servants, noticing the newfound sturdiness in their young master, were elated that he was finally entrusted with a major family responsibility, though their congratulatory words fell on deaf ears. Since he had to leave the next day, Keol still had to attend to his duties today. Reporting to the Bright Palace, he met with the knights who would guard the crown prince in his absence, and gave them a brief and rather informal handover of his duties. The crown prince, whom he met to bid farewell, looked a bit pale but surprisingly calm and composed compared to usual. Knowing that he had gone to great lengths to save some fraudulent healers recently, Keol felt an uneasy twinge even as he observed this. Those frauds haven't brainwashed father, that's for sure, but the crown prince? Keol wanted to believe otherwise, but he found it hard to be certain. His mind was uneasy, especially as the crown prince before him appeared to be in a normal condition. Recently, the crown prince had submitted a report accusing culprits of an intrusion at the Sun Palace based on a list prepared by Duke Diarca, only to have it rejected. Afterwards, an anonymous tip related to the real culprits and seemingly involved the crown prince's fraudulent healers mysteriously reached him. Enraged like a wildfire, the crown prince vehemently vowed to capture the liar who tried to frame his healers, leading to several attendants being dismissed. The former crown prince would have suspected the healers too in such a situation, but he had been uncharacteristically lenient, not even bothering to search for the healers who had left the palace. Besides this, there were several other odd behaviors, but aiding those frauds to escape from Duke Diarca and sending them to the south was the most significant. Could it be he's already been deceived? Then what should I do? And what about father? His thoughts were interrupted as the crown prince spoke. Sir Keol, I hear you leave tomorrow. It's an early departure. Yes, my father said the situation in the south is urgent. I'm aware of the situation. It's regrettable, but our imperial citizens are in trouble, and as a pillar of this empire, I must do my part. Don't forget that you carry my name on your shoulders. Yes, I understand. I will do my utmost not to bring any dishonor to you, Your Highness. And when exactly are you planning to leave? At dawn, I presume? Yes, I plan to depart before sunrise. Keol, not realizing that it was unusual for the crown prince to ask such questions, naively answered. It will be tough. I have already arranged for a smooth passage through the south gate. Just show your face to the officer in charge and exchange greetings, and you should be able to leave right away. That's very considerate. Thank you, Your Highness. Think nothing of it. You're representing me after all, so this is only natural. The crown prince smiled. Keol swallowed his unease and smiled back. The next morning, just before dawn, at the city's last checkpoint, the South Gate guard post. Even as Keol exchanged greetings with the officer in charge and prepared to leave, he failed to notice anything unusual. However, after leaving the capital and reaching the first stop, he went to open the door of the carriage, storing his personal belongings, and was shocked to find an intruder, like a rat scurrying for cover. Who are you? He drew his sword and knocked the figure over. Thinking it might be an assassin, Keol quickly subdued them and removed the cloth covering the body. To his utter astonishment, the face revealed was the last he expected, prompting him to cry out in shock. Your Highness? You dare do that to me?